All right, everybody, welcome back to the Dave Knows Wrestling podcast. I am in what looks like a very crooked room right now. I assure you, it's just this thing doesn't want to stay up, and I am just holding it at a very awkward angle. Hey, welcome! Hi, Wrestling Boy. Welcome to the Dave Knows Wrestling live chat. Hey, Insane Nation. I was just saying how this room looks really crooked and weird, but it's really, what up, Casey? It's just the thing is on. And I'm also at a weird angle right now. But thank you guys for coming on. Hey, Man Bear Pig, my man. What is up? Guys coming in. Oh, filling out the chat. Hey, welcome everybody to the Dave Knows Wrestling live chat. If this is too Dr. Shivago for you, this angle, I'll try to find a different one. It looked okay before, but now I'm looking at it and it looks really weird. Okay, but so welcome back to the show. Hey, Bro Dude Official. I like it. I like that's name. What's going on? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for everybody. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I very much appreciate it. If anybody wants to give this video a like, and oh, thank you for whoever the first like is of this video. Thank you very much. You are amazing. That's great. Hey, Justin, thank you for being here. All right, guys. So, just going to start off by saying that this show is probably not going to be as... Oh, hello, the Edgehead 91. What is up? I'm just going to start by saying this show might not be... I'm not shooting to make this episode as long as normal. A little bit short, I know. Guys. Oh, and thank you for all the thumbs up, guys. Thank you for everyone who's giving me the thumbs up and the likes. Thank you. Keeping the love rolling, and that's amazing, you guys. Thanks. Seriously, thank you a lot. I'm really behind on a lot of the work I have to do for this channel, so I got a lot of catching up to do, and not a lot of time to do it, so I got to start doing some work, so I'm not planning on being this. Hey, thank you for all the likes, guys. Hey, yo, Peter Fogel. Hey, yo. I like the Scott Hall. Yeah, so this video I'm looking to keep, this episode I'm looking to keep a little shorter than normal, just because, yeah, I'm super behind, and for several reasons. If you remember my behind-the-scenes video, the anniversary episode, as I mentioned, I do a lot of other work. Hey, thank you for the thumbs up. I do a lot of other work, including, from England, the Remus. Hey, is it Remus or Rimus? I would like to know how to say that correctly. I think it's Remus, right? Remus? All right, thank you for the like as well. So if you caught the anniversary episode, as I mentioned, I do a lot of other work. There are a lot of other things I do outside of this channel, as you know. And one of the things, I'm from Romania. Hey, well, all right, Romania. Never been to England either. Want to go to both places. Both sound amazing. So I've been working on a movie. I can't tell you what the confidentiality agreement. Don't ask. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what movie, but I've been working on a movie set. And on top of that, that's just great. Sergio's here. Great. Anyway, hey, Serge. Yo, hit me up after this. I actually have to talk to you about something. Okay. I've been meaning to ask you. But yeah, we'll talk about it later. Sergio Pagan, ladies and gentlemen, if you know him from last week, yeah, he's the thorn of my existence. Okay, so try not to take anything he says seriously, because he likes wrestling, but he's not fully capable of, processing it. Sometimes it seems, if you knew him in person, you know what I mean. Anyway, he's probably gonna get mad at that. All right, so welcome to the chat, everyone. Okay, so as I said, I've been working on a movie set this month. I can't really, and like I said, I can't tell you any details about it. I can't tell you anything about it, so you can't ask. But so don't ask, please. But I've been busy with that, and that's been a grueling, great experience. I've had a lot of fun doing it, but it's been, really time-consuming. Then on top of that, I also got another gig doing commercial work, and then also some other acting stuff. So the past month, I've been extremely busy, and I've been really far behind on a lot of things I've been doing, and I'm still managing to keep the schedule that you guys know I like to, you guys know the schedule for the channel already, so I've been maintaining that fairly well, but it's definitely catching up, and it's definitely getting harder to do so. Today it's my big catch-up day, so that's what I'm trying to get it away today. So but now that that's being said, let's get on with this episode and make this time we got count. him shady with a picture of Bob Ross. Very interesting. I like it. And just a period as the response. So let's talk about what's been going on in the wrestling world, in the wide world of wrestling. What's been going on this week? Well, first thing I want to talk about, there's some heat on Nakamura, which I'm not a fan of. I definitely, okay, so for this, Toronto's wild crowd, yeah, I love Toronto. I gotta go back there soon. I've been there a lot. I haven't been there. It's been a few years, like 2 years since I've been to Toronto. Definitely need to go back. Oh, and the other reason why the show's going to be a little short and why I'm behind on work is I did a little bit of celebrating Casino Side yesterday. So on top of that, I've had some. So on top of that, I mean, not that I was able to work on anything late last night anyway, but still. Okay, Corbin will cash in on Nakamura or Mahal. See, here's the thing. Okay, let's talk about this before we get into the... actually, let's start with the Nakamura thing. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which I thought was a great match. I actually really liked that match a lot. Nakamura did an exploder suplex, and Cena landed kind of funny. And at the end, you could see Nakamura kind of apologizing for it, and Cena saying he's fine, and it's no big deal. Now, as the backstage rumor goes, Vince McMahon is supposedly very, very angry with Nakamura over this, about potentially damaging, one of his big major stars. And as the story goes, he's okay, but if Shinsuke messes up again, Vince is going to totally change his opinion on him, and this may result in a big D pushing for Nakamura, which I definitely don't want to see. What up, D? Did you hear that Bayley may be out for 6 months with a separated shoulder that requires surgery? It really sucks, but VKM doesn't bitch about Jax injuring her, but is upset with Nakamura. Yeah, okay, Faceman, welcome, and very good point. Yeah, see, that's exactly the kind of thing I want to bring up, because Vince McMahon is very selective about who he targets and who he doesn't target over this kind of thing. If Cena was to break his neck in that match, he'd probably be back within 3 to 6 months. Super Cena is a real thing. Well, that's true. Hitman fan retracted, but hey, welcome, Hitman fan. Man Bear Pig, Voodoo Kin Mafia. so yeah, here's the thing. Like, Seth Rollins, I almost called him Tyler Black. Seth Rollins, who I like Seth Rollins a lot, but he injured Finn Balor, he injured, perma-injured Sting. Let's just look at it that way. And yeah, I know you can make the argument that was on Balor and that Sting is, old, but still, I'm just saying there are plenty of wrestlers out there who have worked a little stiff or have an injury track record. I mean, Joe and Tyson Kidd. Let's talk about that. And Broken Cena knows. Yes, no, Cena might be indestructible. There's a possibility, and Vince McMahon doesn't come down hard on him, but Vince McMahon is really reacting to this Nakamura thing, and I think this goes into what people like Jim Cornette have said, is that Vince McMahon, if he doesn't understand something, if it doesn't fit in his traditional mindset of how things get booked or how a person gets over or what they do. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever that was. Thank you for the like. If they don't follow a usual pattern, Vince McMahon has a hard time understanding it, and he's just can't wrap his brain around it. And Nakamura definitely fits that mold because Nakamura is not Vince McMahon's typical dude. He's not a big muscular guy. His character is very eccentric and very different. So when I look at that, it seems that Vince McMahon is, just looking for an out, just looking for an excuse because he doesn't understand the Nakamura phenomenon. But he signed him because Nakamura is just that popular, it's just that over, and it was kind of throwing away money if they didn't use Nakamura. And they're also, Nakamura's been doing good, but they really haven't been doing him, in my opinion, like he's not being utilized as well as he could. But those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on Joey Ryan working with Mick Foley? I got no problem with it. I don't. What are your thoughts? Because I don't really have that strong of an opinion on it one way or the other. When it comes to all kinds of people, working together, it's like, okay, there's. You guys tell me your thoughts on the whole Joey Ryan Mick Foley thing, and maybe you can sway me to being a little more boisterous about it. Okay, do you think this year's SummerSlam a little bit too stale? I feel the card could have been a lot better. Yeah, I do. look, a lot of people, including Sergio, like really, are beginning to come around on Jinder Mahal, while other people are still maintaining that they don't care. And I'm kind of that opinion. Jinder Mahal, they're utilizing him as Jinder Mahal, but here's the thing, he doesn't have the star power, he doesn't have drawing power, and that's how I feel. And they've also not done him justice by having him go against Randy Orton again and again and again, because now we don't feel like this is the unstoppable heel that Nakamura's going to be the hero to vanquish, because he's just beaten the same guy over and over and over again, and and done it by cheating, which is a thing that I expect but still, I'm just saying, shut up, Sergio. Sergio's thing, by the way, one of the aggravations I have with Sergio is whenever you talk about wrestling and you're arguing and you're debating about it, and you want him to say, okay, fine, you feel differently than I do about this wrestler. Tell me why, give me a reason. He'll just repeat their tagline or their moniker or their nickname, that'll be his answer. That's what he uses as an argument. Like, who do you like better, Sasha Banks or Bayley? Sasha Banks. Why, Sergio, do you like Sasha Banks more than Bayley? Because she's the boss. That's the entire argument you'll get out of him. So, yeah, and way to go. Yet again, also, what's your next argument for Mahal? No cards, Jinder Mahal? What's next, Sergio? Sergio Kane and Roman Reigns. If you knew him, you might feel differently. If you've ever met him, or if he currently owes you money, I'm not going to say who he may owe money to, but if he currently owes you money, you might feel differently about it. Roman Reigns currently owes me nothing. Anyway, Ring of Honor will invade NXT. I think they already did. I think they're half invading Raw at this point. Gyno Mahal. Okay, Pokemon King Loud. Wow, that is a name and a half. I like it. I'm a Pokemon fan. Good. All right, nice. Who's your favorite Pokemon? I know that's not wrestling related, but if you want to answer, go right ahead. I made Kevin Owens. In a video game or there's dad? Well, either way, good for you. Kevin Owens is quality. So thank you for coming on. Sir, the modern day see, this is what I'm talking about, sir. Pikachu. All right. Classic. Good one. What are your thoughts on WC? What Culture Pro Wrestling is great. In the beginning, I thought their first match, I was really excited because I was finally, YouTubers, wrestling fans, we always say what we would do, how things would be different, or what we would like to have happen. And, that's not always feasible for us to find out. But, What Culture Pro Wrestling, they went ahead and said, okay, they have the means, they have the resources, let's just do it. Let's put on wrestling the way we think. They're doing more, they're putting their money where their mouth is. So I totally respect that. And their first match, I thought was, the very first match, I was waiting with bated breath to watch it. And then I saw it and I was wow, triple threat. I wasn't, it was a weird opener. But now, as time has gone on, they've gone in their groove, and it wasn't bad. But I really started to like, what they're doing, and there's some clutch matches coming out there, and guys that I really like. I couldn't believe all the names they've gotten. So, Jay Lethal, Ricochet, Will Ospreay, Rey Mysterio, I feel like I'm missing Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. on there. There's tons of great guys that they have there. And plus, I think England, the UK is rising up with their wrestling fandom. They're a voice that needs to be heard. They're getting their fan base. They've contributed so much to pro wrestling in the past, and in the future and currently. And some of their guys are getting overlooked. And hey, WWE's not even doing right by the UK like they made it seem like they were going to. So yeah, the UK definitely deserves a great company, and one that could, and I'm perfectly okay if a UK company becomes the best top wrestling company in the world, and I'm happy for all their success, and yeah, I'm totally down with What Culture Pro Wrestling. Okay, what up, know-it-alls? Yeah, that's right, what up, know-it-alls? Yes, Maurice, very good. Dave, have you been watching World Cup? Okay, I gotta catch up on it. Like I said, as I said earlier, I've been really busy, and I've been so behind on everything. But yeah, it's just I'm very invested in it. I'll put it that Jinder Mahal stole Batista abs. I don't know. I just saw that David Hasselhoff Guardians thing, and it seems like Batista still has them. Okay, being half understanding myself, I love that WWE booked an all-Asian WWE World Title match. Would be a damn shame if Nakamura was de-pushed. I was expecting to see him win the title at SummerSlam. like I'm saying, if he wins it, it's anticlimactic just because Jinder's only gone against Randy Orton over and over and over again. Like, I don't get the sensation that Jinder Mahal is this is like this big massive threat that the babyface needs to conquer. I don't think he's like a big enough heel. I think they should have let him go through like if Jinder Mahal beat Cena and like clean or at least somewhat legitimate, quasi clean, where, maybe there was a run-in, but then, a good 5-10 minutes later, then the finish happens. That would be a huge cap in the feather for Jinder Mahal. And, he was, hey, thank you for the thumbs up, thank you for the likes, guys. And also, like, his Rusev thing, they were together before Rusev got hurt. Why not bring that up? Soft, Crazy Rob says. Nice. Okay, why doesn't WWE recognize Antonio Inoki's WWF title reign in the 70s? It's something that that's common in wrestling. Like, I've done a video about it, and I've mentioned it previously about how when it comes to wrestling, it's kind of hard to deny there is racist undertones to it, and especially during that time period, they weren't sure if American audiences were ready for a person of color holding the title. So, but at the same hand, they also acknowledge that some people of color were really popular. So they gave them the strap, but in a way that kind of took it back, just as a way of saying, here's a champion, but also here's not your champion at the same time. So, like, whether you agree with the practice or not is not the point, and whether you understand it or not is a different point. It's just what happened, and that's my guess. I don't know, I wasn't there, but that's my guess of why they do certain things like that. Same thing with Bobo Brazil, just my guess. Okay, what if Kenny Omega came to NXT? I think Kenny Omega's a main roster kind of dude. I think if he does come to the company, I think he should just go to main roster, kind of like AJ Styles did. But yeah, he could definitely shake up NXT. But NXT is in a weird but it depends on when, because with Bobby Roode, Aleister Black, I'm still a big Roderick Strong fan, and also, Drew McIntyre all in there. I think their title division is pretty clogged up. If they put Kenny Omega there, it's either going to dilute their pool, or it's going to de-push everybody, or it's going to overextend what they can do because they can't push everybody. But that's what I think. But yeah, I think he's a main roster kind of guy. Dunn got an injury yesterday, 11 stitches above his eye. He is not cleared for showdown. Ah, man, really? Okay, thank you for that news, Faceman. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you for the likes, guys. But yeah, thank you, Faceman, for that news update. I did not know that. Thank you. All right, so Know It All Nation, thanks you for that update. Wrestling Boy Luke Harper and Eric Rowan would be world champions. Yeah, they got to do something with them. That's another point of contention for me that I'm constantly complaining about, because I really like both of those guys, and I think they've been, like, Eric Rowan deserved better than that squash match at WrestleMania against The Rock. That was, that was mean. That was kind of harsh. And, Luke Harper I like a lot, too. Joey Ryan suplex is awful, but it is good if you like that kind of stuff. But Foley doing it's just stupid and looks bad for Foley, who is a legend. If you wanted to put someone over, why Joey? I mean, see, here's the thing. Look, okay, like I said, Foley is a giving dude. Like, he's always been. Like, he works with everybody. Like, there are guys who've been busts that Foley supports, but Foley supports everyone. So Foley's just a nice guy. So, like, Foley working with someone, even if he's unpopular or winds up being a bust or whatever, it's, Foley has always worked with a lot of guys and put a lot of people over. Like, so I'm not surprised. And why him? I don't know, but it's just what Foley does. I guess that's the reason why I just don't care, because I'm like used to Foley working with everyone. I mean, he had a match with the Highlanders. He put Hornswoggle over. Or he worked with Hornswoggle to help Hornswoggle get a win. It's like it's just what Foley does, and that's Hornswoggle. He tagged with Hornswoggle to squash the Highlanders. Like, why did he work with the Highlanders, and why did he team with Hornswoggle? Like, I'm just saying, like, it's what Foley does. He's just a very nice guy. Like, Foley would probably work with me and put me over if I asked him really nicely. I mean, all right, maybe not me, but you get my point. What if the Young Bucks are on NXT? Them I have met. Very nice guys. And I think so. The only trick is, could WWF guarantee them the kind of money they would get from their revenue and their merch sales? Because they are a marketing machine. And how would they fit into the thing? Now, I think they would fit in NXT really well. I think main roster would be rough for them, but I think NXT would be a fine fit. And there are certain practices about them that I don't like. I'll be flat out honest. But I get the fun aspect of it, and I think that's fine. So that would be great. How about making a video about different types of strong styles, like British, Japanese, German, and Indian? I like the idea. You know, strong style, most strongly associated with, no pun intended, Japan, but that stiffer style, you know, that more a little bit of shooting does work its way into other cultures too, other countries' types of pro wrestling. Very interesting topic. I'm gonna have to consider that one. Voodoo Manny, right now, who is the second most popular professional wrestling promotion in the world? Got to be New Japan. FaZe Man Buddha approves, likes. Who won the Fatal 4-Way match at SummerSlam for the Universal title? Okay, I'll get to that momentarily. Hideo Itami will ever calls up in the main roster? I don't think so. I think he's too injury prone. I think he ruined his own push. When he was in Andre the Giant Battle Royal, I think that was his time to say that, yes, here I am, and people were looking for him, but nope, I think he shot himself in the foot by getting hurt. And, you know, it's not his fault, but I think that's the way it goes. And I kind of don't blame him because of how much he gets hurt. I don't like penalizing wrestlers for getting injured, but there's a certain point where I have to understand it to a degree if you don't want to put a title on him, knowing that there's a chance you might have to just take it off. Your thoughts on Nagami, the NJWP commentator, openly weeping for goodbye. Look, that's fine. You know, that's the thing. Like, you know, I understand. You know, Japan is a different culture. Like, if you watch Iron Chef, the original Iron Chef, and all that stuff like that, a lot of it's a different culture. What's there? Like, you know, what's strange about Japan is emotionally, they are sometimes very, very not emotional, and other times they get really emotional. So, you know, it's a different thing. And, like, I know that crying to put someone over as, like, you know, not a competitor, you know, is a thing that they do a lot in Japan. And, you know, for certain things, or I've seen it, like, you know, I've seen tears in other, you know, means of Japanese, you know, real media that, like, men are, like, you know, like, men can cry is, like, a thing in Japan, you know, for what it was. So, you know, is it emotional, touching? You know, good for you. Like, and I know America does it too. You know, like, you know, Flair and Shawn Michaels there, WrestleMania retirement match, a lot of tears for that one. And I think that's cool. What are your thoughts? I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but you know, it's cool that other people are. What are your thoughts on AAA or CML stepping out of Mexico and becoming at least number 3 or number 2 wrestling organization? Good for them. If they do it, I would like them to try. But I'm not sure on how well, like, here's the thing, CMLL, I'm a big fan of historically. I like what they've brought to the table, and I've done a video on it. AAA, a little newer to the game, but with the Lucha Underground and everything they're doing, they're definitely kind of stepping out of the box, and it's different. You know, Lucha Underground is different, which I think is cool. I don't know if it's mainstream enough. I mean, they are trying, you know, triple A for effort, you know, with, you know, the Heroes of the Ring game, and, you know, going on Netflix with Lucha Underground. You know, they've definitely re-examined the wheel, and I think that's cool. However, the stuff they're doing is different. I think it is more of a niche market. I'm not sure how well it translates to the mainstream. I hope it does. And I like different variety and different say. So I hope it goes away. But at the same hand, thank you for the thumbs up, whoever that was. But at the same hand, and welcome everybody yet again. But at the same hand, I like things being for, you know, the smarks, and, you know, I think Lucha Underground and stuff like that is more for us than it is you know, I don't know if it's going to go mainstream, and I'm okay with that too. But if it does, even better. WWE will defunct TNA and Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, like TNA, I'm almost at the point where I say it can't possibly. Oh, the chat's picking up. Okay, I got to catch up. TNA, I'm gonna think just can't be killed. It's just, you know, it's just one of those things, because last year I thought it was over, and yet still here. So who knows? Young Bucks are courting CM Punk. Everybody's courting CM Punk, and so far I don't see even a nibble out of Punk. So, but I would love to see him come back. Okay, Mick Foley too nice, and as his time hindered his main event pushes in the past. I think putting people over too much is bad. Sup, Dave? Sup, Diggy? Hey, welcome back. I think you can put too many people over, because then I think it just kind of damages your ability to put people over in the future. And I think Foley's one of them. Jay Lethal NXT. I think Jay Lethal, maybe, but I do think Jay Lethal is too good for NXT. I think he goes to the main roster. And I shouldn't say too good, because I like NXT a lot. I just realized that came out really bad. But I think Jay Lethal is a main roster kind of guy, because he's older. And in terms of NXT, I mean, don't get me wrong. He would fit, like, now it's different from Kenny Omega, you know. Yes, to the same degree, you know, the talent roster is still, the main event scene is a little too hot right now in NXT, but also his character would fit in, like his ability, especially if he went back to a more, you know, not black machismo, but more of, like, you know, a fun-loving kind of character than he is, and less heelish. Jay Lethal. But Jay Lethal, I think he's earned. He belongs on the main. Like my thing is like NXT should be for younger people for the most part. I mean, yeah, some older people get in there, but I think for the most part it should be the young, hungry guys is who goes in there. I think Luke Harper is better than Eric Rowan. Yeah, I do too, Serge. I agree with that. Message Man, what's up? What's up with you? Thank you for coming on to Dave Knows Wrestling live chat. And hey, thank you for you guys for giving me the thumbs up. If you had to choose one person or tag team from NXT to move up to the main roster, who would it be? I want Bobby Roode up. Bobby Roode also, I kind of thought should have been just main roster kind of guy, but is match with Shinsuke Nakamura amazing? So matches. So I kind of wanted him straight main roster. But don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's not a knock on NXT. I love the work that he's done there, and it's just that's what I would do. What about you guys? Who do you want called up from NXT if you had to call someone up today? Batista will be in WWE 2K18. I am not aware of it, and because last I checked, they're still on thin ice with each other, but possibly. I like CM Punk, and I'm not going to acknowledge anything else other than that. Batista in 2K18, you get Deluxe Edition. Oh, I did not know that. Thank you for that update, and hey, welcome. I can't read your name. So welcome. Yes, and if that's so, yeah, thank you for the update. All right, Wrestling Boy will be awesome when Jinder Mahal will main event WrestleMania and win. Wow, you think he's keeping it that long? Interesting. Possibly. Only because, what's a good number of competitors for a female roster on each brand? 15? Less than 15? 10? You know, I'm like for a division, I'm like a 10. Yeah, 10 or more kind of guy. 15 would be fine too. I think. But yeah, I think a division makes 10. That's how I feel. Okay, let me catch up. Naito versus Omega. Whose side are you on? Omega. Naito. I've mentioned before in previous podcast episodes that I really like Naito's career fascinates me. I'm very fascinated by him. But Omega. Can WWF ever regain the glory from the 80s or 2000, to 2000, or do we just have to accept that it's over? No, it comes back. Wrestling, studying wrestling history, you'll see everything is very secular. Hardcore adult style, and then little kid wrestling. Hardcore, that comes and goes in waves. Boom periods, they just come and go in waves, and that's all there is to it. I mean, there could be gaps, but it's one of those things, man. It just, in my opinion, everything old is new again, and it's just a matter of time. Dave Knows Wrestling, how would you book WWE's WCW revival if they had one? Ooh, I don't know that you could, only because there's not enough WCW talent around. Sting would have been a good front runner, but maybe in non-wrestling capacity, but I kind of think that revival is over. Which is the best wrestling promotion in the world? All-timer right now, look, I know it's easy to bash WWE, but it really is WWE to me. I mean, look at all the concepts from WrestleMania to The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Bret the Hitman Hart, SummerSlam, having the network. I mean, they've done a lot of bad things, and they've done a lot of things that we're disappointed in, and they're doing a lot, and they let us down and dropped the ball. But you can't deny that they've given so much to wrestling, making it a big company. I think they deserve it. It's 80 degrees outside. Take the coat off. No, Chuck, stop telling me what to do. And now there's an investment of people that I know now. Okay. What will Billy Corgan do with NWA now that he owns it? I don't know. Oh, and by the way, I got a video comment in one of the videos where someone corrected me and said it's the NWO, not the NWA. And I was like, what is wrong with you? That's awful. Anyway, Adam Cole's coming to WWE. At this point, Adam Cole, baby, as far as I know, he is signed and already there. In your opinion, what are the most underrated wrestling promotions around the world? Everyone should check out PWG. I think off the top of my head. Do you think Big Cass will prosper on the main without Enzo? No, I think Cass is. I've said this before. I think the best thing that could have happened when Enzo got hurt, and I don't wish ill upon Enzo, but if that had been a longer lasting injury, I think that could have been a big help to Kaz's career, because he would have had Enzo as a manager. Kaz needs a manager. He's too wooden and robotic on the microphone, and he's not a convincing heel. He's got to change his look. He's got to change a lot of things, and plus they're also not that big on either of those guys right now, so I don't see them pushing him and treating him really all that well anyway. Adam Cole will attack Drew McIntyre at NXT TakeOver 3. That's not bad. I like that. I like that idea. I'm really surprised that WWE didn't book Luke Harper and Eric Rowan to feud over Intercontinental title. I am too. Like, that Intercontinental title win that Harper has just kind of, they just stopped talking about it. Chat's picking up. Oh man, chat's picking a lot. Okay, I am like really behind. Okay, so you see much main event having problems. Don't you think it seems so much talent on the main roster having problems with? I mean, yeah, but that means you don't get the deluxe edition. Okay, Chuck. Thing about it is Vince McMahon is, you can't push everyone, and I understand that. Like, you know, when their roster is just too packed, and it's not that there's too many people and let's brand split this. It's that there's too many top guys, like Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, you know, Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar. Like these are main event guys, and you know they have on just Raw alone. How they can't give them all the belts, and you know, like, what are you gonna do? Thoughts? All right, sorry, chat's picking up, and thank you guys for the thumbs up and the likes. Thank you for everybody who's coming here. Call up Oscar SmackDown Live. Yes, but she got to get rid of the NXT strap, and she's still undefeated, so it's a hard play. And I think they were saving that for Ember Moon, and Ember Moon got hurt, so I think that time is coming. Jericho versus Jay Lethal, Steve Austin versus Adam Cole, John Cena or Okada. Pick one. Okay. Jericho Jay Lethal. That was close, but yeah, Jericho Jay Lethal. Piper's Jake the Snake or Piper. Piper, more influential, not better talker. Yeah, Piper. Still, Piper on both. What are your thoughts on Grim Toys getting jumped by 2 wrestlers at the JCPW event? I did not know of that, so I don't know about that. But that's it. That's a definitely thing to talk about, guys. Your thoughts? Your guy on that? The Grim Toys getting jumped by 2 wrestlers at JCPW event. Let us know about that, guys. Tell me your opinion. And the last year's Royal Rumble was won by veterans and Roman Reigns. Raw, SmackDown, or NXT? NXT right now. The Glorious Bobby Roode should be called up to the main roster at the next Royal Rumble from the #1 position. Well, that's a tall order. Yeah. I kind of wanted Bobby Roode to show up now, but hey, if they're going to wait till Royal Rumble, that's cool too. Dave Knows Wrestling, how would you have booked Sting before WrestleMania 31 at Night of Champions? Before WrestleMania 31, well, first of all, Triple H, I would not book him with Triple H. There's no point to that. I would have given him that match against The Undertaker because I know people want it. I wouldn't do it at WrestleMania, though. That is what... He debuts at WrestleMania, fine, but whoever I would put Sting against at WrestleMania, I would have him go over. It wouldn't be Triple H because it's not a dream match. I would have him go against at WrestleMania 31. I wouldn't mind. See, Bray and Undertaker had to happen, but you know I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't mind Seth Rollins and Sting, but I would have Sting go over. And then the next match would be, but who knows, maybe we would have gotten hurt then. But I would have had Undertaker versus Sting at a non-WrestleMania, and then have that happen. And then this final match, I would have Sting lose. And the final match would be at the following year's WrestleMania, and I would have him lose. That's what I would have him do. So I would have him win 2 matches, pay-per-views, and then have him lose. And, you know, the concept of Triple H versus Sting wasn't bad. Not for Mania, and definitely Sting goes over. Okay. Rumors CM Punk going to the Bullet Club. Yeah, there are rumors. If it's true, being a good idea. I don't think it's really solid. I didn't think it's anything more than Bullet Club just making a shirt. I don't think there's any truth to that. Would it be a good idea? Yeah, it'd be great. CM Punk would do great in Japan if he's ready to leave. But he loves Chicago, so it'd be very hard for me to imagine him staying in Japan for a while. Diggy, call up Bobby Roode for the IC division. Yep, I can definitely agree to that. Okay. All right. I'm going to really try to catch up. Would you want a heel Nikki Bella versus face Trish Stratus? Nope, because I don't enjoy Nikki Bella matches. What do you think about GFW? Have you seen their recent episodes? No, I haven't seen their recent stuff. I'm not against it. It's just I definitely need them to get some footing because Jeff Jarrett and TNA need to, you know, they're still in a rebounding process. The whole Dixie Carter, like, this is a huge situation. And just when they were getting a little footing, the Del Rio thing happened, and you know, I think I really want to see them establish a little more because I know they're on a rebound. Let's just see what happens. But no, I haven't. Or am I going to watch Destination X? Probably not. What's your take on this John Cena? You got me, Chuck. Chuck, I think you are true to form, and I think if you keep willing it, I think sooner or later it's going to happen. What are your thoughts on this rumor? A rumor started by you and only you. Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman, Monsters brand match. Yes, Braun Strowman goes over. What do you think? Will WWE will eventually buy out the TNA catalog? I thought it was going to happen already, and the fact that it didn't kind of surprised me. Fulton will rejoin Sanity? I don't think so. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I don't think so. One day I'm going to be the first. Well, good for you. I hope so, Harry. I hope so, Harry. Good for you, and keep the dream alive. And I support you. Dolph Ziggler is going to have the same future as Juice Robinson did. Man, but allegedly he's getting repackaged and he's coming back. Cheers, Dave from India. Us from India are fans. Keep doing it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And hey, India. Thank you for coming aboard, and thank you for being a part of here, and thank you so much. And that's very kind of you to say. Okay, and cheers. And I like the cheers part. That's new. I like that. We don't say cheers enough in America. I mean, we say it for toast, but we don't use it as like a greeting. I think we should. What is your opinion about Progress? So yeah, progress is pretty good. And if as I said earlier about What Culture Pro Wrestling, I really thank you for the likes, guys. As I said, I mentioned before how you do UK's What Culture Pro Wrestling and UK promotions. I want way more success for UK companies, because I think that's also the kind of competition that WWE needs to also get them to get out there. Triple H is a better promoter than Vince McMahon. Right now, sure. Historically, no. But Vince McMahon has such a long time period. He frustrates us, but there's a good chunk of time period where he actually was, pretty solid. Like, Vince McMahon knew what he was doing. So yeah, I feel bad I can't throw away all of Vince McMahon's accomplishments over the short amount of time that Triple H has by comparison. But I do really like NXT. And why, hello there, the real SCG. Hello. Do you see Luke Harper as a modern day Bruiser Brody? Hopefully without the backstage controversy. But yeah, that's a fair comparison. Hey Dave, who has the worst finisher in your opinion? I like Mick Foley, but the Mandible Claw I do not like. As you guys, hello again, Dominic. Hey, welcome back. Who's better, Cassius Ono calls up? Who's better to Cassius Ono calls up? Raw or SmackDown? SmackDown. What do you think WWE purchased by a larger company in the future? I heard rumors Disney expanding their libraries. I think there's just rumors. I don't think there's a chance, because it's not that easy to take over a company. I know movies perpetuate this idea that hostile takeover, you just need 51%, but you have to get them to part with that in the first place, because even if you have a lot of money, that doesn't mean that 51 of it is available for sale. And the McMahons have a big chunk of that. And also, there's still a board of directors that would have to okay decisions and things like that. So there's also that as well. Do you think WWE purchased a larger... I just read that, my bad. I don't think it will happen. I just think at least not anytime soon. Pick one match: EC3 versus Cena, Kane versus Abyss, or Mysterio versus Styles. Mysterio versus Styles. You guys, thoughts? Do you think other pro wrestling promotions will need a WCW style cash injection and TV exposure to compete? TV exposure for sure. Cash, maybe not to that level. Maybe it's not that necessary, but it won't hurt. Finally, you're live streaming. I've been waiting for this. And I've been here. I've been doing it. You missed out on the past couple of weeks, but hey, I'm glad you're here now. Dave C, do you think women's division should be moved to NXT until they develop more women? No, because NXT is just not long enough of a show. If you want to say give them their own show, yeah, fine. I'm not sure if that will do well, though, because I do think they need that exposure. I think they deserve the main roster exposure that they're getting, but not NXT, though. I would give them their own show. Why everyone says Triple H buried talent, but at the same time, help a lot of guys from NXT. Well, here's the thing. In recent years, yes, he was behind the scenes of NXT, but as I've also mentioned in a previous video, he got a lot of that help from Shane. That was Shane's game plan for NXT. It's also undeniable. Thank you for the likes, by the way, guys, and welcome to this chat if you're new here. There was a lot of talent burying. You know, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Chris Jericho, like you can go down the list, you know, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, you can name guys that he should not have embarrassed the way he did Taz, and yet he did, because Triple H absolutely is Barry Guy. That's, you know, as far as I'm concerned, undeniable. All right, sorry, I'm gonna have to. Did you ever get to those? You ever get to see XPW? Yes, I did. Yeah, you left a comment about it. I remember talking. I remember seeing that. Yeah, I've seen some XPW. I've seen some XPW, and you know, it's definitely on the, you know, on the side of like I believe it or not, I don't have like the best tolerance for blood. I'm kind of squeamish. I know that sounds really weird, and as a wrestling fan, it's kind of like embarrassing to admit to. But yeah, but and you know, I'm an ECW fan too, so don't get me wrong. I mean, I can take some of it, but you know, it's just weird in the context. Iron Sheik is underrated as a promo guy. Well, Chuck is going to agree with that. ECW and WWE didn't work the first time when Damien Sandow refused to wrestle. That's very true, Chuck. Very true. Or you just change. Okay, sorry guys. Thank you. Everyone always says the people's elbows are worth mandible claw. Yeah. Yeah. Also, People's Elbow is not really a finisher to me. I think it's a setup. I know he's finished matches with it, but yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm going to have to start just catching up. So, who's better, Golden or Shiny, Sharp? Interesting. I think Triple H is a bigger barrier than John Cena. Yeah, John Cena has some damage due to him, but John Cena... Now, some people are going to say this is better or worse. Now, this is a I will like some people are going to argue about this, but John Cena seems to bury some up and coming talent, which people are going to say that's worse. And yeah, to a degree, but Triple H buried established names like Booker T, Rob Van Dam, and all that, and that's what hurt to me. You know, it's like, you know, yeah, John Cena stifled Wade Barrett, and I'm a huge Wade Barrett guy, but who knows if Wade Barrett would have been a main eventer? Would he have been? And if the NXT, and don't get, I hate that John Cena squashed the Nexus. I hate that. But if the Nexus had been successful, would we have gotten Bray Wyatt? Would we have gotten Daniel Bryan? You know, the questions like that. That's also a thing I want to know. So that would be my opinion. What dumb trope do you hate that is prominent in pro wrestling? I have 7 of them. Mine is the camera isn't acknowledged by those disclosed characters' intentions. Yeah, I think it's kind of weird to just camera backstage and sometimes they just act like he's not there. But I have a list of my first video, 7 things, tropes I hate. Your opinion on Cornette talking about Kurt Cobain? I know he did it, but I didn't hear what he said. And I'm a huge Nirvana fan, so... And I'm a huge Jim Cornette fan, so this puts me in the bind, but I actually didn't know what he said. Bo Dallas leave WWE and sign with Ring of Honor in Japan, join the Bullet Club. Yeah, that's pretty good. Do you think Corbin's going over Cena? Okay, 7th SummerSlam loss in a row. Money in the Bank means that I feel like Corbin's not gonna win just because, you know, he's gonna save it for that, because they kind of have that tendency to keep guys with Money in the Bank losing a lot. I could be wrong. Bertha Faye, awesome. Awesome Kong, Mia Jax. Yeah, all great female wrestlers. Good one, Diggy. Terry Funk retired from his retirement. Yes, again. Do you think wrestling needs another ECW? Yeah, I do. Most overrated Mania main event. Wow, good question. You guys, what do you think is the most overrated WrestleMania main event? Any favorite wrestling YouTubers? Yeah, I mentioned before, like I've talked with Ollie Davis, really cool, and he's not exclusively wrestling, but there is wrestling related content. The Macho Dude, check him out. That's all I'm gonna say. Cesaro should be world champion. Cesaro world championship material as far as I'm concerned. I agree. He's my favorite wrestler currently in wrestling in WWE. He's my favorite wrestler right now. Not all time, just right now. How would you introduce the Broken Hardys universe in WWE? I think things have got to go bad for the Hardys, and I wouldn't mind a Wyatt reintroduction and all of a sudden spark it out and admit that this personality of Matt was always there and lurking in the shadows, and you know, it just needs something to come out in him. Hogan versus Andre Sumo. That's not a... Oh, dude! Hogan Warrior. But yeah, Hogan Andre, I hear you on. I totally hear you on. Was the best I Quit match? That's a tough one. I've never been a big fan of I Quit matches. I like the concept, but I just hate the breaking the action. There's no way to really do it where you shove a microphone in the guy's face and he's supposed to be so incapacitated he quits. And they almost always end schmozzy. That's the thing. So that's a tough one. Cesaro should be competing for the IC belt. Cesaro gets some belt. Okay, he hasn't had a singles title since 2012. That's ridiculous. He should... IC champ, fine. I think he was destined for that belt too, but I also want him to have, the title as well. Hogan Warrior. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm kind of gonna live in that world. Ted Turner still in WCW and WCW still survive. Where would they be in wrestling landscape right now? It's a good question. I kind of have a video talking about that slightly. Favorite Dolph Ziggler match? I like Dolph Ziggler, but that's the thing. I can't think of any great match. I mean, his ladder match with Luke Harper, I got for the IC belt. That might be it off the top of my head. Dave, is there anything WWE could do that would make you drop them, as in stop watching? I've done it before. The Triple H show got me to not want, constantly with Triple H, just constantly winning the title, being shoved down your throat. The OG Roman Reigns. That got me, I was done with that. Triple H got me to stop watching for a period of time, so it can happen. So very positive. WWE Network now, bad or good? It's great. It's one of the best things ever. You're like, yeah, okay, you might have rewatched everything you're going to rewatch and you're bored of it, but pay-per-views are affordable, $10 a month, and all the great memories you could possibly have. Yeah, sure. Is it everything? No, but is it plenty of stuff? Yeah, no. WWE Network is great. Is absolutely great. Most underrated main event of WrestleMania. The first answer that comes to mind is definitely wrong, and I don't want to say it. I'm going to say Hogan versus Rock was overrated, but I forgot it was the main event. I like that match. I mean, I hear you. They're too good. The thing is, those two put on a better showing, a better wrestling match than I thought possible. Jimmy having WWE, good idea. Like I said, I feel they're kind of congested. I kind of want a lot of big stars to stay not going to WWE for a while. For Dave to stop watching, again, I feel I would need to perfectly predict another. Chuck, I always like when you predict things. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, their first match in NXT. Chuck called the ending to a T. He knew exactly how it was going to end. Chuck is a genius when it comes to stuff like that. So you can call everything right. That's not going to stop me. What's going to stop me is another Triple H. That'll probably get me to that point. Is there any way to overcome racial disconnection between American non-smart fans and accepting Asian, Japanese, and particular wrestlers? The thing is, it's a great question. Okay, so since Japan is highest quality wrestling talent in Asia, Mike Connell is a jobber. Yeah, that Mike Bennett. That's rough. Yeah. Would you like to see WWE the Simpsons crossover movie? Yeah, I'm a huge Simpsons fan, so you kind of know what I like. Most underrated main event, Edge Mania 24. Did you ever understand Raven like ECW and WCW did? I loved Raven in ECW and WCW. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's talk about this racial thing. Let's talk about this. Like, this is a sensitive subject, and I don't like talking about it a lot, but I will talk it. Ugliest belt, past, present, future. The Gold Spinner belt or the current Universal title. Did you watch, Sean? No, I did not watch it. Okay, so let's talk about the racist thing, if you guys are okay with it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of culture, it's a thing. Like, people don't really understand how things are going. Like, when it comes to minorities being let's swap out character. And on the other YouTube channel I have, which there's only 2 videos on, I've never done anything with it since. Thank you for the likes, by the way. I talk about this, trading out, characters, race training and things like that, because that's not the way to do it. And then wrestling obviously can't do that way, but that's not the way to do it. It's get your own steam and acknowledge these opportunities when they come about. So I don't want to, for me, it's not about, and I know that's not what you're asking, but for me, it's not about pushing down anybody or holding anybody back, no matter what side of the fence they're on. But it's about noticing a golden opportunity from anyone and then promoting it that way. Not forcing it, just acknowledging when something's good and knowing how to run with it. Is it possible? Yeah, and I think we are moving in that direction. But I feel like, like a minority, rising, blowing up is a huge tragedy thing. It's a fascinating topic, but it's way too. But there's a lot of in-depth things to it. So that's what I would say. Most underrated match in the last 2 years. Good question. Don't know if I have an answer. Most underrated stable in history is the Straight Edge Society. I say most underrated stable is, I've said it before, Natural Born Thrillers. I thought they were amazing. Most underrated match in the past 2 years. I know there's an answer of a match I really like that. I was surprised. Will Goldust retire at SummerSlam? I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. Do you like Scooby-Doo WWE? Never seen it. In a near future, people are going to compare San Martino, Hogan, Bret, Rock with Roman Reigns, because that might suck. I don't think so. I mean, maybe, because I don't think so. Favorite match of 2017? Off the top of my head, Nakamura Rude. Off the top of my head, there might be another match out there. I could just be wrong. Do you think DDP was hugely underused in WWE? This could be applied to Booker T, but he got a championship. Yeah, I think you know, I don't really love DDP in the main event, but I do think he was underutilized. IC title of the ring for sure. I would put DDP in. Neville versus Rollins on Raw for WWE title is underrated in the past 2 years. That's not bad. That's a pretty good one. I know there's an answer, and I just can't think, like, you know, of a match. Like, I know there's definitely matches like I really enjoyed it, and I was like, why doesn't anyone talk about this? Thoughts on Rock's new tattoo? Didn't see it. I also don't have a lot of opinions on tattoos, but hey, Cade, welcome. What's your opinion on Nash? Count it if it goes. We answer all the questions, even if some are stupid. You are making a good job. I'm trying to. The chat is definitely catching up to me. Hey, thank you for the likes, guys. Most underrated match in 2 years was Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor at SummerSlam. I think it's because of the ending, like how like it was a good match, but I think because Finn got hurt, that like hurt how people view the match. Because now it's like, oh, bad memory, kind of thing. Okay, so let's get to what I want to talk about. Okay, so the do you think Kane should put the Big Show on his back in his retirement match, maybe next year's WrestleMania? I don't know if Kane's going to be available, and also, I don't know if that really. I don't think if Kane's putting him over, that I don't think it. I don't know how much of a match that is, you know, at this point for Kane. Neville's one of the best cruiserweights on the planet right now. Absolutely agreed. The Universal title belt overshadowed the match. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to say for underrated match, it's got to be something in the Cruiserweight Classic, because I really like the Cruiserweight Classic a lot, and now that time has gone by, I don't think people have been talking about it as much. I really liked, you know, people forgot about him, but I really like what TJ Perkins was doing in that tournament. You know, I thought he was really good. Okada in WWE, would he job to Roman Reigns? If they told him to. Hey Dave, address my last point. I didn't see it. Got behind on the chat. Sorry, Diggy. Please restate it. Alexa Bliss is more taller and fat than AJ Lee. I don't think she's taller, and I wouldn't use the word fat. That seems harsh. Cedric versus Ibushi. Yeah, dude, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That might be my answer. Franchise tags. Good point. Cedric versus Ibushi. Yeah, because I'm a big Ibushi fan, and I'm a big Cedric fan. Shut up, Chuck. I know you're going to say something. Grand Metalik is being treated like... they're not using him well. I agree. Brett versus Kurt is a dream match of mine. Mine, too. That's probably the biggest dream match I have. Cesaro versus Zayn. Owens versus Miz at Extreme Rules. Cesaro and Zayn, no complaints by me. Best Big Four pay-per-view matches in the past 5 years. I hate you, Chuck. Favorite tag team in the world today. Favorite tag team in the world today. Revival. Now that DIY split up. But who knows how much longer they're going to be around. Yeah, now that American Alpha and DIY split up, I'm going to go with the Revival. Yeah. Okay. It's best big pay-per-view match in the past 5 years. Also a tough one. Oh, franchise hates the Revival. Oh no, Sami Zayn will be a world champion one day. I don't think so. I mean, not in WWE, maybe somewhere else, but I would like him to, but I don't think so. Can't wait for WWE 2K18 with TJP and hopefully Tyler Bate. Yeah, hopefully the Young Bucks. Like I said, they're good, but their lack of selling bothers me a little bit. I'm a big Young Bucks fan. I'm a big Young Bucks fan. It's just their lack of selling keeps them from being very high on my list. What are your thoughts on OTRS? Don't have any. Worst gimmick in wrestling in the 80s, 90s mention. Favorite mention one for every decade. Worst gimmick 2000s is Eugene. That's I didn't think that was okay. I think that was kind of messed up. Worst gimmick for the 80s. Love 90s. Man Mountain Rock. 80s. Oh, man, I gotta get that. 2010s. Mike Kanellis thing. Mike Kanellis might be my answer because that's just awful. 80s. Oh man, 80s is just there's just so many. Red Rooster, off the top of my head. Oh, Voodoo Mini also doesn't like the Revival either. No. Revival, like I like that they're pure wrestling, like they're pure wrestling, old school, like pure mat wrestling style. I like better. TJ Perkins versus Tyler Bate. Ooh, Good one. I give it to TJP. Do you think Christian deserves one last match on Mania? Yes. And if so, should he? If so, who should retire him? Appreciate you answering all the questions. I'm trying, Smithy. Bobby Roode, another Toronto guy. 80s is a key. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's definitely a good answer. He was bad. Daniel Hall. Hey, welcome, Daniel Hall. The Young Bucks. Man, Bear Pig. Okay. Yeah, guys, get into it. 90s is Max Moon. Yeah, it's not bad either. Brock Lesnar versus Batista. I say Brock. Jeff Hardy versus Seth Rollins. Should it be my dream match? Yeah, that's a good one. Benoit versus Dynamite Kid. Also going to Hart versus Angle. All great matches. I would have loved to see all of them. If you could date one WWE diva, who would it be? All time or right now? Right now it's Alexa Bliss or it's Liv Morgan. Possibly Mandy Rose. Yeah, it's Liv Morgan or Alexa Bliss right now. Here's the weird. That would be my thing. Mantor the God. Yeah, the Goon's a good one. Max Moon, Giant Gonzalez. I didn't think that was. I mean, the costume was terrible, but Hardcore Holly as a racer. There's way too many. Yeah, I know, that's the thing. There's too many in the name, man. Better Pig, totally. Okay, Dominic. Revival have that Arn Anderson no-nonsense vibe. That's why I like him. That's why I like him too, Dominic. I'm totally with you on that one. Mantar. That's another good one. Chris Benoit versus Daniel Bryan. Oh, Chris Benoit, but that's a good match too. Meet in WWE Attitude Era. Yeah. G1. Best Action. David Bourne. Hi. Hey, David. Bourne, G1 has been the best action in the past month. Yeah, that's pretty good. Samoans are people of color and have portrayed everything from stereotypes to modern representations of people of color. Once the stereotype well-run thread for WWE for each ethnicity, they will have to get creative. Yeah, that's actually not a bad point. I kind of hear you, Diggy. Dude, that's a great point. I'm sorry I missed that. That's an excellent point. Excellent point. And also money. Demographics too. Once they realize there's a target market or that the market they're demographically trying to target for their money doesn't mind this person's ethnicity to make money, or if, and I mean like a stupid amount of money, then they go with it. That's what I kind of noticed too. That money makes the world go round. Not for me personally. I don't agree with that. I'm just saying that seems to be how businesses run. What do you think? Even me retiring? You know, it is what it is. I'm gonna miss getting to see her though. The Revival versus Club. The Revival. Brock Lesnar versus Matt Riddle. For some reason, I think would be a good match. That'd be interesting. I never heard that one before. That was a good one. Legend's Gone. Have you been watching New Legacy's Rumble Marathon? No, I haven't. Should I be? What do you guys think? Beaver Cleavage is the worst gimmick. Oh man, that's a good one too. Or a bad one, should I say. Is Shelton coming back? I want to see the two, but I heard that their talks have kind of dwindled down. If will be a women's Royal Rumble, who should win? I say Charlotte. Who's better? Giant Gonzalez, Great Khali. Giant Gonzalez. Great Khali is unfortunately not all that capable of moving. Not that Giant Gonzalez is a little bit more capable. What is the best WWE pay-per-view, not including WrestleMania X7 or In Your House Canadian Stampede? If it counts, ECW One Night Stand, that's my favorite. WrestleMania 20, also a good one too. Why did Nia Jax overrated just because she's fat? Oh, the thing about Nia Jax is, and I'm not criticizing her body size. It's just that, like, she's not like great in ring. Like, yeah, she's capable and she should be a dominant, but you know, I just don't think she doesn't wrestle all that much. And maybe she can. We're just not seeing it. It's a possibility. 2. Ted DiBiase will return to wrestle and attack Cody Rhodes. That'd be cool. Clash. Okay, that's the one. No racially Samoan people and no or Mongolian people that are not racist. That is OS, what their group is called. Oh, I don't understand comment. As long as they don't have any stereotypical Irish characters, I will be fine. Never been more embarrassed to be a wrestling fan. I hear you. I think that's a Becky Lynch comment. Triple threat rematch and Foley versus Orton. Do you think Mania will ever get sold out? Possibly. Okay, chat's definitely catching up. Undertaker versus Samoa Joe. Undertaker? What is your favorite match? I have a hard time picking that one. I really don't have an answer. I've thought about it a lot. I really don't have an answer. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I can't. It's impossible. I can't even pick 10 matches. Weeks ago, when our opponent was already setting up Uh, she's not like most girls. Yeah, I mean the thing is, Awesome Kong was a larger stature woman, and I think Awesome Kong is absolutely great. She'll be like, okay, the Shield will reunite at SummerSlam. Hey, that's not bad. Okay, so yeah, the greatest match. Okay, yeah, like I said, I was trying not to go too long. So let me start wrapping this up. Greatest match of all time: Lesnar versus Iron Man match. Yeah, that's a really good Undertaker appear at WrestleMania. Who will be the best opponent? Cena, Stinger here. Like I said, I've said it before. I'm not the biggest fan of this match. Like, it's not a dream match for me, but I don't think it'll be bad. But Sting versus Undertaker, let the fans have it. There's so many people who want it. Let it happen. Undertaker Cena too wouldn't be bad. Kong can wrestle unlike Jax. Yeah, that's my point. See, so I don't think size is the thing, like, you know, but because also Kong can definitely wrestle. I don't know if you mean that in a good way or a bad way. Undertaker versus Okada. Wow, that'd be interesting. I would put Okada over as long as it's not at Mania. Alexa Bliss. Okay, so here's the thing. SummerSlam. Okay, so there are rumors saying that Baron Corbin is going to is going to cash in, add Money in the Bank, but lose, because here's the thing: Shinsuke beating Jinder and then losing to Shinsuke beating Jinder, then losing, and then Corbin cashing in. And then losing to Baron Corbin sounds like a predictable storyline, and the ducks are in a row there. However, there are people saying that Baron Corbin is actually going to lose his cash-in and have him earn his monsterness back, and the Money in the Bank isn't going to be a thing, just because the Money in the Bank hasn't been, you know, has been pretty solid. The Money in the Bank has been used well, cash-in successfully. Much. Okada's overrated. Oh, I'm sorry, you'd think that. I don't agree, but I can hear why you think so. I mean, I will say his Omega versus Okada match, I feel is overrated. So I hear you on that end, because he's got a lot of exposure to that. If you take Joe's endurance, Braun's power, Brock's steadiness, and Roman's booze, what do you get? You get a monster heel, buddy. Bobby Roode. Okay, who will win? Goldberg versus Undertaker. Kong should return WWE and short bells. Yep. Should cash in on Lesnar. Not bad. Cash in on Lesnar. I mean, the storyline with Shinsuke is right there. That's the only reason I kind of think it works out pretty well. Your channel is probably my favorite on YouTube. Thank you so much, Azari. You totally need more subscribers. Well, I'm glad for the ones I do have, including you. Thank you, and all you guys here. Shoot Dave Rose. Hey, thank you guys. You guys are great. I have the best subscribers. You guys are totally cool and very supportive and very kind. I really, really like all the support you guys give me. So thank you all. Thank you. Should WWE utilize a ranking system in similar way SDKs? I thought that for a long time, dude. Like, I've totally thought they should have that. I mean, I know it kind of throws a monkey wrench in when you want to be creative with storytelling and surprise things, but Chuck, John Cena heel turn. So I thought that. So I kind of want to see him at least try it. Was most overrated finisher of all time, Rainmaker for me. Yeah, that's not a good one either. Can you whip out your choke? For the man who wants Joel Gertner, well. Adam Blampier is over it. Oh, I like Blampier. See ya. Okay, the Yeti is underrated. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna. Laporto in the background. So that's how I would say this goes down. So, okay, I think I got to wrap it up because I'm beginning to lose my voice. I think people are trying to come into the studio. I think they're booked because I just kind of hijacked this thing. Was saying Bobby Roode entrance is my favorite at the moment. Yeah, very good one. Okay, so I got to wrap this up. So my prediction is, my prediction, I'm just going to say it. I think Brock is retaining at SummerSlam. I think Brock is totally winning the belt, and I think he's keeping it till WrestleMania. So when you said Jinder retaining it to Mania, I thought it'd be surprising to see both of them keep it to Mania, and because I don't think both of them are going to lose at Mania either. I think it would be weird if both guys lost at Mania after keeping it this long till Mania. So I definitely think Brock is retaining. The impression, the lyrical miracle. No, just keep it. Okay, so I got to get going. Hey, Faceman Mood, thank you. John Jones be there. Hey, I think that's a good possibility. Diggy, Faceman, all you guys, I can't thank everybody. I hope I don't forget anyone. Sergio and Chuck, Azari, thank you. Thank you for everybody out there. SCG, the franchise tags, Man Bear Pig, take care. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the subscribes. Bro Dude, thank you so much. Wrestling Boy, thank you. Dominic, always thank you. Known as your daddy in 50 states. Thank you so much. Thank you for enjoying the vids. Thank you for helping this be a big success. Thank you. Chuck, I'll talk to you later. Sergio, I think you're about... Yo, Remus, thank you. See you later. See you next time. And if there's anything you want me to talk about next time, leave it in the comments. Ask me the questions, and I'll try to get to them. And sorry for any chat I might have missed. Thank you guys so much. This has been the Dave Knows Wrestling Live Chat.